do. Today, guys, I want you to be my gossip mate. When you join, just say hi and where you're watching from. It's pretty cold. I'm Mr. K254. I do lifestyle vlogs and everything nice. And today, guys, is on a Friday. And as the title depicts, I don't know, guys, if you've met this couple that did the wedding last weekend, called Patello and Dee, and they got me asking myself, is it Tupac? Is it Biggie back in the hood? Is it Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? You know, because they were giving those gangster paradise kind of vibes. So as I wait for you guys to join, please say where you're watching from. Gumimbwekse, and then Hudumu. Man, did you see that wedding, guys? Hmm? Did you see that wedding? First of all, I just want to ask, did they go for Rurasho? Was there a Rurasho, guys? They boogied all the way even to the wedding. They boogied all the way to the Rurasho. Because I don't know how to insert those clips here, but the wedding was fine. It was demure. It was expensive. But the thing is, I backed with a lot of questions because, like, the gangster paradise is not paradising, and I even wrote notes, guys, for you. I just wanted us to gossip because the wedding was flashy. Guys, did you see the cards? Did you see the cards that were in that wedding? Did you see the kind of gown the lady was wearing? And then this wedding, particularly, it's a Gen Z wedding, wasn't even having order. Like, like there was no protocol per se. It was haphazard. You see, normally normal weddings, you normally walk down the aisle with a song. You literally get somebody holding you down. This one was haphazard. They entered just anyhow. If you're not from Kenya, you might be wondering, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a couple called Patello and Dee, who did a flashy wedding, a ghetto flashy wedding that depicts the gangster lifestyle, you know, the Bonnie and Clyde of Kenya, like the lifestyle of in the hood, in the American hood, but now in Kenya. These guys, they did a wedding that was very flashy and very confusing. I felt like Tupac Shakur has been reborn, or Biggie, because this guy has character. Let me say, to be honest, character of Patello and Dee is for showbiz. They can really thrive very well on showbiz because, hey, who does that? First of all, I when I read in between the lines, like, this guy is not working. He's not working because he says he's the king of the East. You know, people from America, from Mexico, you understand how hoods run and all that. This Patello guy has that character of how, you know, those black hoods run in the American cities, and how the gangster life. I wish you can see that wedding. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the full-blown wedding because they are just giving us snippet. Actually, I saw some snippet. I wasn't in the wedding. Let me be honest, I wasn't in the wedding, but it caught my eye and I felt like, oh, we need to gossip. Today is Friday. I want you to be my gossip mates and tell me, does really gangster love and those hoodie relationship thingy still goes on? It's just for the show? Because I fail to understand, did they have no ratio? Like, did they take dowry? Because rumor has it, he's 26 and the woman is 49, but it doesn't really matter. My point of attraction is the gangster living, the gangster life, because that wedding, guys, had no protocol. Have you seen those clips? The wedding had no protocol, and the men who are in the wedding were more than even the honeys. Oh my God! If it was gangster. Even when I'm talking about it, it gives that gangster vibes. And this guy was high, totally high the entire of the wedding. I even failed to understand how Dee was never a bridezilla, because if it were me, I'll bring the drama for the show. Because this guy, half of the walking down the aisle, he was high. He was typically high on substance. I bet that's the reason why Nakada came up with this issue of like they have to pass the taking of substance or alcohol should be at 21 and above. Because guys, who does that? I fail even to understand how the parents were coping with with the hype of substance usage in the entire wedding, because honestly I didn't see old folks. They were not many. The parent of only, I even think they hired. Why am I overthinking? But I think they hired, because which parent would walk you down the aisle, manze, when you're that high? They were all high like a kite. And when I'm saying high on a kite, I don't know what they were using, because it's not only alcohol. And then this wedding was amazing because I even failed to understand how the pastor coped, because these guys were singing one sentence in gospel music. They didn't even know the songs. There was no even entrance song. There was no outside, as in they're walking in the song and they're walking out. The bridesmaids, I didn't see them. Were there bridesmaids? Somebody tell me. I told you today we are going to go see. That was the coolest wedding ever seen. I think we overrate things. These Gen Z are just doing some things that are crazy. Okay, I'm not advocating for substance usage. I'm not advocating for substance usage. But I was like, it was so flamboyant, yet it had no protocol. That's the point. It was so flamboyant and so classy, but it didn't have protocol. The biggest mistake they only did, they were all high as I think they should redo it and call us influencers to show up as guests. Because me, that wedding I would attend. I would attend that wedding because it was one of a kind. Actually, I've never seen such a wedding. Yeah. Yeah. And then this guy keeps on saying, Wakudumu hudu. I swear Patello and Dee can make somebody become gangster, because they're like Wakudumu hudum. And then guys, he's always talking high. Now I did my math. I think it was substance that he was having, because he exaggerated. He said the entire cost of the wedding was like 500 500 M. It didn't make sense to me, but that's what he said in a certain show. Let me say I watched Obina show. Yeah, I did watch Obina show, and he said that wedding costed like 500 M, and I was like, yo, manze, unatupima lakini sawa ngumi mbwekse. I swear. And then they were talking shembeteng. Shembeteng, if you're not from Kenya, is our slang. It's if you're from Mexico, if you're from America, the side of Kansas and all that places, shembeteng is actually the slang we use in Kenya. So if you don't understand the shembeteng in Kenyan slang, you're lost. Like for me, I was totally lost in some things. The only thing I know he kept on repeating all the time is wakudumu hudu. Wakudumu hudumu. Oh, so guys, I did my math as he was talking, and this is what Patello's wedding entailed. First of all, this lady is from she said, I don't know how true it is because I don't live there. I didn't attend the wedding. I just picked some few things here and there, and I felt like, oh guys, today we are going to gossip about this shembeteng kind of wedding. You're going to gossip and you're going to be my gossip mates. See, this lady looks so flamboyant, like classy. But the thing that amazes me is that she has been born and bred in a ghetto, like the slum. Hi Naomi, how you doing? So this lady D is born and bred. Oh my God, see my Kikuyu is coming through. She's born and bred in a ghetto, like a slum, a ghetto in Kenya. she's from Feather. And this guy Patello is also as well from the ghetto, like the slums, the slum area. Oh no, I can speak. Is that Spanish? I can speak Spanish. So this lady is born in a slum, but she has been able to work hard to get herself some good life and moved to the upper class of Kenya, like the upper side of living standard, like Lavington. So before they got married, Macu last year, this Patello gangster guy, this Patello gangster guy actually proposed to her. And guess where she got proposed? Even she never saw it coming. She got proposed in one of the biggest, like the biggest hotels we have in Kenya, Safari Park Hotel. And she proudly said how she got surprised by Vj Patello, and was given an expensive ring, um, which quote unquote is expensive because they say they wear gold and silver. That's what they do. So Patello had already taken this initiative, but this guy looks younger. He's only 26, and this girl is only. Rumor has it she's 49, so you can do your math and understand. Now, Naomi, I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish, but hola, 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 hola. Today we are going to gossip together with you people because this wedding was big, was big. It's a gangster wedding that was in Kenya. So, like I was saying, Naomi, I'm even talking of Naomi. Like I was saying, Dee is from the ghetto side of life and worked hard to get to the point of like high class, that is living in Lavington. But now she says she does business to do with real estate, and both of them, they don't come out of the house. They are always working at home, online. But now the thing is, the entire wedding, they were high on substance. They were all high. They were all high in substance, but they look very smart. So what captivated me, guys, and why I'm gossiping is I even wrote notes. This Patello guy, the wedding, the gown that Dee wore, she said she bought it from Dubai. It costed her 1.6 M, Kenyan shillings, 1.6 million. The suit that Patello wore and the shoes, he said costed them a whooping 1.7 million. And his groomsmen, because me I didn't see the brides, his groomsmen were wearing 2.1 million outfits, and they were all imported. Macu, remember, they were all imported. And then the engagement, they didn't say the money. They didn't say the money of the engagement ring. And what caught me off, yeah, what caught my senses and my head is the time the guy said that the cake they used had some, you know, the cake was mechanized because it had, let me say, I don't know if YouTube will allow me to say it, but the, excuse me, the cake had weed. The cake had weed. Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. This couple, Patello and Dee, are the Tupac Shakur, Biggie, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj of Kenya. Because who does that? Who does that? And they did in one of the poshest garden, that is Naivasha Gardens. And it was only an invite only thing. And then there were no theme. The decor was awesome. Everything looked flamboyant, but there was no theme. The Bogi, this Patello guy, like I say, he's a leader. He keeps on saying, youth for the let me tell you guys, talking Shembeteng. Shembeteng is hard. This slang thing for gangster people is critically hard for me. So he keeps on saying youth. I can't be able to pronounce it, but the only thing that I'm getting out of this two couple, they are the realest. Let me tell you, they're the realest. Gangster love is real. They are the realest, and they just flow. Because with all this flamboyance, can you guess what they really love to eat? Can you imagine this lady, how beautiful she is? She just loves ugali and meat. And then this husband of hers only loves ugali and omena with all the money. Oh, I forgot to give you good tip, guys. So this Patello guy wore blings. I don't know how true it is. I know somebody who does gold, silver business can tell us how honest he was. So he was wearing blings that are way too long, like the way Big used to wear them blings, and like 3 carats of gold. So they said that his rings and the bangle that was gold, I don't know how pure gold it is, costed like half a meter, like 500,000 Kenyan shillings. And then the blings he was wearing, this is a gangster guy. This is a gangster guy shambetang all the time, gumimbwekse, gumimbwekse. He was wearing, he said, I don't know, he was on Substance still on the show. He said he wore a whooping, those bling bling, he wore a whooping 4 million. So, guys, if you have been calculating, as we calculate pamoja, can you tell us the math? If you've been doing the math, this guy was honest. Ama ni kutudanganya hapa? Was he lying to us? Because let's do the math. Because hey, me, he shocked me. The lady 1.6, the men 2.1. That is already 3.7, and then the guy 1.7. That is 6.2. Now plus 500, and then you calculate again 4 million on the neck. Yo, that is an entire nation. You can feed an entire nation. So this guy also, the thing that caught my eye as well, he said he wants to run for governorship. You know, guys have a thing for politics, yeah? He wants to run for governorship. Hello, Helton Despando. Say hi. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, we have a new Tupac Shakur and Biggie in Kenya, who's living the gangster love. I'll show you the photo. It's a wedding that was there 2 weeks ago. I mean, not 2 weeks ago, a weekend ago. That is just captivating the entire of our nation, because those guys, is a lady who's 49 and a guy who's just 26, did a wedding that is just shocking everybody. The math is not mathing, given the fact that this guy is a gangster. He has an entire, we call them in Swahili, we call them here in Kenya mbogi. Mbogi is like a gang. He says he's the one who is the king of the East. You know, in Kenya, we have Eastlands, we have Westlands, we have Southlands, we have Nairobi, West, you know. So he says he's the king of the East. He runs the town, you know. But I feel this entire wedding was actually funded by this wife of his, as much as is the gangster. This wedding was funded by the wife. So the wife is the one who funded, because she's looking this QTC, having good lifestyle, because she's the quiet one, but she's also a gangster in her own right. She also drinks crazy. And what was captivating these people about this wedding is how it was a gangster wedding, which was random. No protocol, but flamboyant. They had expensive cars, they had Mercedes Benz, they had a limo, they had big things. But the thing is, they're gangsters. So I was just wondering, do gangster love still exist, and do they thrive in gangster love, or they just did for the showbiz? Because I feel like this couple would do well for showbiz. Because I'm not buying all this, all that cost. And then you guys were drinking all through. Man, they should redo that wedding again and invite us. content creators, because I would go for that wedding. Let me tell you guys, the cake had substance, everything. They were high. Yeah, they were very high on substance. The cake had weed. I've never seen such a wedding, to be honest, for a long time. This was the Kenyan wedding of the year. It was the wedding of the year. So I felt today I can't be passed by gossip. Sure, why should I be left out? I wasn't in the wedding, but it found me, and I was like, who is this Patello? Who is this D? And I felt, oh, my people, we need to gossip today. Have you seen the hottest wedding, gangster wedding in Kenya this year? I felt we have to gossip with you people. I had to involve you. I had to involve you guys in my little gossip because I was wondering what? Who does a wedding with all that money and is just high? Let me tell you guys, if you will go to TikTok and Instagram, hi Helton. If you go to TikTok and Instagram, everywhere you will see that wedding. Just go and look for Patello and Dee's wedding. You will understand why I'm talking like this. Gangster loving, they were all high, no protocol, but they did the wedding. In fact, I understand Dee was even agitated. You would feel like she wasn't okay in the wedding, but she was agitated because she was asking what the time she would be put on the ring. Very fast, very fast. Her importance was to be put the ring. So the wedding was just something else. They were all high. They didn't even know which songs to sing. They didn't know what to dance to. It was just haphazard, but it was very expensive. It was flamboyant. It had the things that we girls dream of about a wedding, but I can gossip. But they keep on saying, okay, wakudumu, wakudumu, hudumu. In short and slang, he was saying, it is long-lasting love. It is everlasting love. So it got me asking myself, so even the gangsters normally have a soft side of life? Because, we know gangster, and they kept on saying, top shooter, top shooter. So even gangsters normally have the soft side of life. Those are the questions I was asking myself because that wedding was very expensive. And somebody tell me the math. Was it really mathy? Let me tell you. This year, that wedding showed me shaggy because I was like, can they redo it and invite us? Oh, we want to come and see and witness. Because if they would redo that wedding with that money they are talking about, and invite us as guests to dress up for the occasion, because the guests were not even looking at the gangster weddings are wahala. The wedding wasn't looking. The decor, the location, the setup, the service provider did 100%. But the guests on substance and their dressing, oh my god, it was something else. They were just dressing haphazardly, but this Mbogi showed up. So I still beg to ask, do gangsters still have a soft side of life? Do gangster love still exist? Because this guy was always like, wakudumu, dumu, top shoot. I bet you have even heard the song Patello and Dee. I bet guys you have heard the song Patello and Dee, Romeo and Juliet. Patello and Dee, Romeo and Juliet. Oh god. So that was the gossip of the day. It was the wedding of the day, and I felt like I need to gossip today on Friday with you people. I didn't have much. That was the gossip was itching me. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe. I really do reaction videos. I really do gossip videos. But I felt, I need to talk about Patello and Dee because that wedding has shocked me. Because I didn't know gangsters can do epic things. I didn't know gangsters can do epic things. They are the current Tupac Shakur, they are the current Biggie, they are the current Nicki Minaj, they are the current Cardi B of Kenya. Because that wedding was something else. By the way, that couple is good on showbiz. Redo the wedding and invite us. We will show up. It will look like a Grammy. Just invite us back in that. Me, I feel like we need to be invited back to that wedding. Like we go dressed up like gangster loving, gangster theme, bandanas and all that. We'll show us. You will show up. Can you just redo the wedding because the budget, you wasted that wedding occasion. They actually wasted it because they were not having many guests. I didn't see guests, guys. I just saw many men who were high on substance because it's not alcohol. That highness was on weed or something else. They were all high or cocaine or something because they were high. There were no guests. So you wasted all this money. I'm calculating here and I'm like, you should have invited us to dress up like gangsters because that wedding is bringing that energy of like feeling you want some gangster loving. Let me tell you guys, I felt I need to go safe. I couldn't chest this anymore because that wedding is the wedding of the year. Truth be told, I can't judge them, but the wedding was the wedding of the year. Who walks down the aisle with no song, just walking? I did with all that money. You decided to just walk with no music. Kimalamala to kuingia. And then at some point of the wedding, I think the guy got high. But he said, aliacha bibi harusi. He left the bride on the wedding because he was high and the boys were chasing him with some drinks and all that he wanted to pour on him. He left the bride. I mean, it was a chaotic, expensive wedding. It was very chaotic but expensive. So why don't you just redo it and invite us? We diligently come with your gangster theme and dress up for the occasion and just show up as the gangster you are. I want that wedding to be repeated. Or somebody will do such a wedding but not gangster, no substance. I felt I need to gossip. I couldn't chase these guys. You had to be my gossip mates. Did you see that wedding? Did you? Did you calculate the cost? And the way it got wasted with lacking the actual guest for such a wedding. You would have given us a theme. Come with bandanas, dress like gangster of like 1970s and 1980s and 1990s. Dress like Akina Janet Jackson, and we should have showed up. You should have invited us. We show you how to dress like gangster, as you are the gangster of the East. People have money. I think I'm done a lot of gossip for today. Guys, I don't do these videos, but I had to react on this wedding. And I've forgotten the other juicy part. You see what they finished with telling us? They're going to spend 6 months in Kenya for their honeymoon. And the rest of the 6 months, now is the gangster king saying, the rest of the 6 months they're going to spend out of the country. I'm like, oh my God, who does that for your wedding? My future husband, know that I want 6 months in Kenya and 6 months out of the country. These gangster lovers made us have standards of the kind of honeymoons we want. But I don't want a man who's drunk. Oh God, I don't want such a man. but this gangster lover was something else. And I'm gonna love you and leave you guys from here. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I had to give you that gist. And go and watch that wedding and tell me. I'm not ranting for nothing. I'm just shocked. It was the wedding of the year. So that was the gossip for today, guys. It's at night. It's 9. I'm gonna love you and leave you. It's a good night for now. Enjoy your weekend and check out tomorrow a video that is going to premiere at 12 p.m. East African time. I love you guys. It's a plug. See you tomorrow. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Gumi mbwekse, wakudumu hudumu. See ya, guys. Gangster loving. Bundles zimeisha.